Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale. Yeah, man. You know what it is, man. You know what the deal, my boy, my gal. All the people out there, you know what it is. It's Wednesday. Mean it's a hump day, man. You gotta get your boy 360 the poet right here. Yeah, for real. We out here live and direct. It's a national holiday today, though, y'all. It's a real one's birthday. And if y'all don't know what I mean by a real one, I mean me. You know, what's got two thumbs and was born on today, 47 years ago. This guy right here. That's right. Yes, it is my birthday. So big ups to all the people that already hit me with text and, you know, inboxes and things of that nature. Everybody that's out there that says something to your boy today, as in a salutation or a greeting. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for just being there and saying, what up, though? To a player on this day. Solar return. Now, you know how you get all these new fandangles of how to say happy birthday, happy Earth Day, happy born day, happy solar return. Say it how you want to say it to me. Just say it with your feelings and that you mean it. So, and I appreciate you because you ain't have to say it at all. So, big up to all the people. Big up to Carly Galvez. Happy birthday to you, Sobrina. Happy birthday to my homeboy Hashim Dawson. Old school TSU Tiger track out there. Happy birthday to you, bruh. You're a little bit old, a couple years older than the kids, so I ain't gonna tell them your age exactly, but I know what it is. But, you know, so happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mama Deb out there. That's my homeboy Peter and Coco mama. We always shared the same birthday. She was like a mama to me back in the day, as always. And if I call on her now, I'm pretty sure she'll be like, what's up, birthday, son? You know, she'll hit me and keep me there in her thoughts. You know what I mean? Happy heavenly to my mother-in-law, you know, Myra J. You know, big birthday to her. That was one of the things we share. So who else out there got a birthday today? That I know that's out here on the airway. Happy birthday to little Cheyenne. Birthday, my birthday twin at work, Wendy. What's up with you, little chica? She about 25, 30 years younger than me, but happy birthday to her too. But yes, it is that. We're going to talk all things birthday and stuff like that, but we also got a letter that, you know, that's how we do it around here. You know, I was on the beach last week out there in Puerto Rico, so I couldn't come in here and do my what. So we came back in here on the date of birth. So it's all good. Sometimes you work on your birthday. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get extra blessings for putting in work on your day when you're supposed to be celebrated, you go out there and still grind and get it in. Real ones know what it means. You know, it's not making any discount on the birthday, because y'all know how I am about birthdays. I will call anybody. If I got your number and I rock with you like that, I'm going to call you and tell you happy birthday, because I'd rather you hear from me either through a voice text, through a phone call, through a voicemail, something along those lines, so I can hit you up and let you know that I was give you the right connotation behind my words and thoughts. That homegirl JT was just calling right now. I know what you was calling for. You know, you call every year. I got you. But I know you probably about to jump online and see what's what, so you'll see this is happening right now too. So, but again, we right here at Hollin' at the Homie at hot7025fm.com. The hottest radio station in the land. If you don't ask me then. Ask me now and ask me when. So, but right here on hot7025fm.com and on my Instagram and Facebook Live. _360 the poet and Will 360 Taylor. So we got a good one, but I always give my disclaimer. You know, I like to let people know. Some people may be first time listeners and never heard me say it before. It's I ain't even been out there on the airwaves on the other side of things. But there it is. Now he live and direct. But so it's a big, like I said, everybody before, big up to all the people that said happy birthday to your boy today. We're going to talk all things birthday. But again, I want to give my disclaimer. You know, I always like to say I'm not anybody's, I'm not a, what you call that, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. What's up out there? I am Court. What's up, Lucy Lowe? What's up, Pam Terrell? What's up, Leah Janae Double Lee? You just celebrated a birthday number 23 out there. You know, it's your Jordan year. Let me see who else out there hollering at your boy. But yeah, again, like, you know, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. But what I am is what you would call a life coach. What up, Amber Mack? All the people out there, you know, people know I can kind of give you a little what's what on life, because either I've been through it. I appreciate you, Court. Happy birthday. I appreciate the birthday shout out, sister-in-law. Like I say, I've never been to school, never paid tuition or anything like that to be anybody's psychologist, psychiatrist, and or counselor. But I have lived a life. What up, Mar Nicole? I have lived a life to where I can either experience something vicariously close enough to where I can sponge it back out to y'all, or I've experienced it myself. Appreciate you, sister. Or I can sponge it out myself to y'all. So, and I appreciate all y'all that come in here each and every week, that come in and tune in and tap in with the homie, because it's important to me too. You know, it makes me feel good that I'm actually, it may be possibly making a difference in somebody's life in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or, well, I know y'all are in mine. So when y'all tune in with me and I see y'all say what's up and throw thumbs up, and I see your face pop up and I wave, y'all wave back, you know. Y'all know I'm not out there on this social media thing, but when I am out on it, y'all make me feel good about being on the waves, you dig? So, you know, again, we got a good one today. We talking about how do you decipher between when somebody is you trying to decipher between somebody giving you mixed signals, like they trying to get with you, or, you know, you think you just may be misinterpreting the whole thing altogether. You know, we're going to talk about that today. What's going on, Izzy? So we're going to talk about those type of things today. We got a letter from a listener out here today, and it goes as little as follows. It said, "What's up, dear the homie? I trust this letter finds you in good spirits. I'm facing a conundrum and could use your insight. There's someone I've been spending time with, and they've been doing things for me that seem beyond the scope of regular friendship. Yet, I can't tell if these gestures are signals or something more, and I'm just misinterpreting genuine kindness as a romantic interest. How can I decipher between friendship and potential romantic feelings? Appreciatively, in need of guidance." Okay, in need of guidance. All right, so you got a question about how do you know whether or not somebody liking on you, or they just doing stuff for you because you just cool. You know, it's a thin line between like and the homie. You know what I mean? It's real. You gotta pay attention to that. Because just because the homie doing something for you don't mean the homie trying to do something with you. You know, and a lot of times people have to either, the person who's doing things, they need to be a little more transparent at times, and come and figure out like how to tell this person that I'm really not doing these signals to give you the wrong impression, right? So that's part of it. But we're going to dive into some of the ways that I've looked at on how we can kind of start with telling them that we starting to feel them and we wondering if they feeling us too, or if we barking up the wrong tree, right? So the first things first, right? You got to think about what they're doing. What they're doing is being genuine and they being kind, right? So genuine kindness, sometimes, don't get me wrong, it's always a beautiful thing. Always a beautiful thing when people are kind from the heart. Like when people say things from the heart and I can tell this being genuine and they really mean what they saying, it makes me feel better about being receptive to what they trying to get across to me, right? I really believe that, but sometimes it can be a little bit puzzling. Trying to figure out like whether things are just a friendly vibe or whether or not this person has got like a little sprinkle. They sprinkle it with romance. What's up, Patrice D? Or are they trying to sprinkle it with romance? Like, it's hard to decipher whether or not people are trying to be your homie or they trying to be your honey at times. It's only the difference of one letter. Hey, think about that. Think about that. If you spell homie Homey, then Honey is your honey. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the birthday shout out, Pat Rice. Happy birthday to you too. I think your birthday was yesterday, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken. I believe yours is the day before mine. Happy birthday too, Pat Rice. Yeah, so you gotta kind of decipher. You gotta see whether it's a sprinkle of romance in this whole thing or whether or not they just being nice. Whether or not they just being nice or whether they really trying to see what up, though. You know what I mean? So what my advice to you would be, if you got trying to decide which one of these is actually occurring, my advice to you would be, first, pay attention closely. Pay close attention. What's up, Miss Tyra? Pay close attention to the context and the consistency of the gestures, right? How often do they do these things? Is it some space in between? Or is your friend consistently going above and beyond to make sure that they got planning special outings or they remembering your favorite things, or are they simply just being there for you in a way that can be considered beyond the usual friend duties? Appreciate you, big sis. Like sometimes outside friendly duty, friendly duties consist of a lot of things that they can vary, You say you didn't know all this was in my brain as a young guy. Congratulations on finding the truth. Real talk. I thank you, Patrice. I appreciate you. And like I say, through experiences, this is what I'll come up with, right? You got to look at it because sometimes you're doing something nice. I've done nice things for people, right? And when I go back and look at it, hindsight is 20/20. And I go back and look at it, I can see where some misinterpretation of how I deliver, because I'm always a firm believer on it's not the message, it's the delivery. So if somebody's giving you these friendship gestures consistently, like all the time, look at them. Look at how the temperature in the room changes when they bring these things to you, right? When they talk about your favorite things or they bring you your favorite thing that they remembered, how does they voice inflect? Because I love being like I love being the person like that. You remember being on the phone and you can tell when somebody's smiling? They be like, how you know I'm smiling? Because your voice smiling. Your voice smiling. And that is true. So how can you be more direct while being the person who's giving the message and then versus the person like who's receiving it? What's up, Triple D? How can you be the detective and finding out whether this person trying to get with me or is this person just being nice? Because you got to think context matters, people. Context is extremely important. Appreciate you, Dan. Context is extremely important. It is, because how the message is delivered versus what's in the box itself. Al Rich and this bitch, Superman of the car biz. Yes, it is my birthday. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Al hit me this morning. I didn't even get a chance to answer his call. I was out having breakfast. But context is very important, people. You got to realize that, right? The way something is delivered makes a difference on how people receive it. You know, but on the flip side, hey, May. But on the flip side, you got to be able to understand. Thank you, sister. You got to be able to understand that it's crucial to not read too much into every small, tiny little action, right? Try not to read into it so hard that you're making your own story up. You know how you know how that should go. You know how we can be as people, as humans, as however you want to decipher it and break it down. Like, as people who want things, because in the letter, you know, the person in need of guidance said that they feel like these things are, you know, they want to know if there's romantic potential. So they themselves must be into the person who's doing the nice things. So that's where you got to understand. If your mindset is where it is in the clouds, where maybe this is possible, maybe they liking on me, you're going to put more weight on that side of the Libra, right? You're going to put more weight on that side of the scale as if it's romantic. But you got to think on the flip side of that, everything can't be read into it like that, because other people on the outside may see it as the same way. What'd you say, Al Rich? Yo, just wanted to hop on here and say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. Got to run, though. I'm busy at work. Hit you later, bro. Hey, man, slang 3 cards and tell them it's for my birthday. Tell them they should buy it for themselves for my birthday. Tell them that. And if you sell 3 cards on that premise, I'll buy you ice cream cone. All right, appreciate you, Al, man. Salute, my brother. I appreciate the birthday shout. So, like, you got to think about yourself, person in need of guidance. How much weight are you putting on that side of the scale, hoping that it's something? What's going on, cousin Janine? Hoping that is something romantic. How much are you adding? You know how people, you putting extras on it. You putting 10 on it. How many 10s are you putting on that? You know, ask yourself that question. Like, am I putting more on it than it should be? Thank you, cousin. Am I putting more on it than it should be? Am I reading too much into every small action? Because some people are just naturally caring and giving, right? That's a possibility. You know, you love the shirt. Thanks, Pam. Yes, it is my birthday. Some people are just naturally caring and giving, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they harbor in feelings, romantic feelings. So, you know, take a step back and evaluate the overall picture. You know, what'd you say, Patrice? Create your own happiness. You know how much weight you put on positive and you get positive in return. This is true, because that boomerang called karma, you know, that goes into all of that as well. How much real love do you put in? That's how much real love you gonna get back, and sometimes even more. Because if you put it in and it's genuine from the heart, then most of the time it's multiplied for you. You know? And so you ask yourself this, right? Like, how much am I putting on it? You know, when you take that step back and look at the overall picture. You know? Because you know what I always say? I'm always talking about that one word, that one C word, communication. How it's a one direction this way, one direction that way. It's a two-way street. You have to listen to absorb and not listen to respond. So that means a lot of times when you're looking into the situation, a lot of times when you trying to evaluate whether or not their feelings are, you know what I'm saying? So what's up, Nigel Marcellus? You trying to understand whether their feelings are romantic. You have to be watching and listening to, you know, watching their body language, reading their body language to absorb it, not to respond to every little thing that they do. Because if you're trying to, you know, double dutch and jump in there every single time they do something for you, then that means, what's up, Sadiq? Inch mob in this beat. You know, if every time they do something for you, you trying to double dutch in there to be like, oh, maybe this is it. What's up, Sister Coco? Maybe this is it. what you say, Patrice, is not just within relationships, it's with people in the world too. This is understandable. I mean, I look at all relationships. Everything is a relationship. Business relationships, personal relationships. What's up, Takatani? I look at everything as a relationship. My friendships are relationships. You know what I mean? So I look at all of those things as the ship. How am I letting this ship sail? Think about it. Everything's metaphoric. Words have power. I always talk about that, how words have power. So each ship, how do you keep it afloat? How do you keep your ships afloat? And what are the messages you getting as you giving what waves are you going over in your ship, right? Like, so as a friend, if this person's doing nice things for you, are they trying to rock that love boat, or are they just trying to keep you afloat, or being there for you in the way that they can? You got to look at people's love languages and look at how people actually decipher things in other relationships. So again, that's what I'm talking about, that communication. You have to listen and watch their body language in other situations. Because if they doing nice things for you, and if you're just trying to see if they're just doing them, it's apparent that they do them for other people as well. They just may not be the same ones that they do for you. So that's part of your watching and listening and paying attention to their body language and absorbing how they move. You can always listen to what people say, but you really pay attention to how they move. How do people move, right? That's the real question, because that tells it all. They can yell over there, cuckoo, cuckoo, and then run over this direction. What's up, Monty Mont? Earn dog in the building. You know what I mean? So watch how they move. And I learned more of that throughout life. You know what I mean? Sometimes I true as it may be, I sit back and don't say a thing. Appreciate you, Monty Mont. I sit back and don't say a thing. And that's hard for me, because anybody know I'm an orator. You know what I mean? I'm an orator. I'm always going to speak, right? I'm always going to talk. Always. It's always going to be in me to talk, right? But how do I go about being able to listen, to absorb other people around me and see how that friendship is afloat, how that relationship is afloat, how that kinmanship, your family, how does that stay afloat? What's up, JJ? See you tonight, dog. You know what I mean? So how am I playing a part in that? So Mr. or Miss in need of guidance, what is your part in that? Again, communication is key. You might want to consider having an open and honest conversation with your friend. Talk to them. It doesn't have to be intense or define the relationship talk, but express an appreciation for the things that they do and the gestures, and casually exploring their friendship feelings. It brings some clarity. Because that's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for clarity. You're looking for the ability to be able to say this is what they mean by what they're doing. What's going on, Dominique? Happening with you, famo? This is how they're moving, and I'm understanding what they're doing. But now if I have this open conversation, you know what I mean? Yeah, the truth can be tense, but it doesn't always have to be, because it's about how you deliver the package. I can deliver to you a bag of a dog boo-boo, and be about to set it on fire, but how do I deliver it? If I still want the message to get across, I have to have a subtle approach. So me as the person, what's going on, Jace? Me as the person who wants the clarity, I want the clarity. If I'm the one, I'm in need of guidance, Mr. or Miss in need of guidance. If I'm the person that wants the clarity, I have to approach the situation as I'm delivering the package with gentleness. Again, I'm always, remember my reference between like you see on your Ring Cam an Amazon person put your package down gently, or they stand at the bottom of the steps and just throw it at you. And they throw it at you. You know what I mean? How does that make you feel? You gonna get the same package. But the message in itself, what's up, Leslie Johnson? The message in itself is, the bundle, the package itself can be damaged. The package itself can be still okay inside. But the way that you receive it felt disrespectful sometimes, or it felt aggressive. But if you see them gently put that package down on your porch through the Ring Cam, you thankful. You may even thumb them up, give them a good review. What you say, Nigel Marcellus said, you can do everything right and it ain't the right person if you want to be valued. People go and do what they want to do. You need discernment if you're willing to accept that love. And that's cool. You do. You do need to be able to have that discernment to be able to say, what kind of love is this they giving me, right? You know what I mean? And what you say, Dominique, you say truth is always best, 100. It should be clarity. It should bring clarity itself. Exactly. The truth, my thing is the truth don't change, right? That's my biggest thing. The truth doesn't change. And when, you can go tell a lie 77 times, you got to remember everything that you said in that lie, depending on who you're telling it to. But the truth, you can tell it over and over again and not even blink, not bust a sweat, because the truth, the reality of it, recalling itself in your head is not going to cause for pauses. You're going to have the same intonation on your words. Like everything going to be the same every time you tell that story. So, yeah, you're right. People hate knowing the truth, good or bad. They hate it. But if this person is seeking it, they need to seek the truth with kid gloves. Seek the truth with patience. Seek the truth with a gentle approach on the person that they want to deliver that package back from. The person they want to receive their message is what I'm saying. So you don't always have to go straight in and take the bull by the horns. What's up, Wood? Take the bull by the horns all the time, because in order to get the bull by the horns, you don't have to wrestle him all the time. You could walk up to him, pet him on his head, and then grab his horns and walk him to the pen. If you got the right approach. If you got the right approach. You still can take the same bull by the horns, but with a different approach. You know what they say, all the proverbs that people say, you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Or like I say, my homeboy Rod told me a long time, you fight fire better with water. Like, of course you want to appreciate you, bro. Of course you want to fight fire with fire, like, But again, if you take a gentle approach, a different approach, you can sizzle that thing. And now it can just be smoldering. You don't have to worry about catching flame. You dig? So this person that says in need of guidance, that's their name. That's what they go by. They seeking guidance on how to get these answers, right? This is how you get them. This is how you get them. You get them by taking the proper approach. Again, it doesn't have to be that intense, let's define our relationship talk. You just trying to get clarity. And remember, it's okay. It's perfectly fine to not have all the answers right away. Who wants that? What's up, Sarah? Who wants and because sometimes having all the answers you may not be ready to receive that. You may be ready to receive tidbit by tidbit. So if you're not ready that's another thing I got to warn you. If you're not ready to receive all the truth that they got coming at you, player, take your time. Take your time, dog. You feel me? Like, take bites out that conversation. You may not want to ask them, yo, what's up? Are you in love with me? Or, ask them sometimes like, what made you do that? What was your motivation? Like one of my viewers, Patrice just said, everybody always got a motive. Good or bad, everybody got a motive. So ask them, what was, that's a good way to ask somebody. Like, it's like, will you go together? Yes, no, or maybe. But ask them, what was your motivation behind that move? Like, what made you do that special thing for me? What makes you remember stuff like that for me? What's your motivation behind, what's your motivation to do that? Don't say behind that, because they're going to think you calling them what's their motive. They're going to think it's a bad thing. Like, it's about, again, how your wording. Ask them, what was the motivation that made you, give me that, make me laugh like that, make me smile like that. Put something else on it like that, because that way you're trying to figure out what was them trying to, you let them know it made you smile a certain way. It made you feel a certain way without saying like, hey, I'm kind of in like with you, or I'm kind of digging you, but I don't know if you're digging me in that way. So I don't want to jump out there. Because again, rejection is people don't like to get rejected in anything. In business relationships and friendships, like nobody wants to get rejected. That's the worst feeling. In any ship, parental ship, when your kids reject you, that's a bad feeling. When your friends reject you in some way, that's a bad feeling. So nobody wants to get rejected. So if you, Mr. or Miss in need of guidance, aren't ready to receive all of the weight of all that you're pondering, ask in phases. Find the wording that goes along with y'all friendship. Be authentic and genuine. Nobody should ever just, take my words of advice at face value and say exactly what I say, because I'm saying it from my heart. You got to say it from yours. You got to say it from a way that you would say it, right? So make sure that you're taking these things I'm telling you with a grain of salt. Because, again, I never tell anybody what to do. I'm just giving you what can be done, So if you're not ready to receive the weight of all that you asking, only ask it in little pieces, okay? That's one piece of advice I would give to you, because, take your time and enjoy the journey is what I'm saying. Like, embrace what we would call, like, the uncertainty, Because sometimes the thrill of it be like, ooh, I don't know. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel better, right? The thrill of it makes you feel amazing to the what if factor. What if? What if they do like me, or what if they don't? It's like a roller coaster, right? That's that ooh, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's both of them mixed into one. And so with that, how do you take your time in all of that? How can you be the conductor of the roller coaster ride while you're on it simultaneously? And that's by taking your time and asking little questions. Tick, 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 tick. It can stay up here or it can drop, but you still got more questions, or the ride can end, because that one question may have shut the other ones down without you even being able to get yourself completely crushed, because you asked in a way that lets you know that yay, they digging you that way, or nay, they may not be digging you that way. And accept it at face value. Take it for what it is, because it's the truth, right? And the truth doesn't change. So they may, if you listening to what they saying and watching how they moving, they may give you the idea that we may be able to circle back to this at another time, and that makes a big difference. Being able to circle back to it at another time may say like, hey, like maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe next month, what is it about right now that it has to happen right now? It doesn't. You don't have to have that answer right now. You say rejection is protection. This is true. It is. Because sometimes when you get rejected, that saves your feelings from other things, right? That saves you from actually having to say, we got a caller coming in. That saves you from having to say, okay, I know what with the next side of things. All right, hold on. We're about to get a caller coming in right now. You on the line with 360 the Poet. Holla at the homie.
Happy birthday to you.
Somebody say give me happy birthday online over here.
To you.
Right, yeah, they can't hear it on that side.
The homie. Happy birthday to you.
Love. Appreciate the birthday songs. I love the serenades. Who just singing to me on this phone line out here today?
This is your cousin Manya.
Deneen!
With all my heart.
Deneen! What's buzzing, cousin? Mwah. Thank you, cuz. Oh, man, y'all don't even know what that did to me. That almost brought tears to my eye. I'm trying to hold it together over here, cuz. I'm trying to hold it together. My cousin, man, y'all don't understand how beautiful my cousin's voice is. Like y'all don't get it out there in the world. Like those who didn't hear it on Instagram, I wish y'all could have heard it. I'm gonna try to make sure I record while I get the piece from Facebook to put it on YouTube to make sure y'all can hear it, because my cousin always had one of the most beautiful voices in the world. And to get that serenade on my date of birth, she called me the birthday guru, because she know I call everybody, or I make sure they get a message. I don't care if I send out a pigeon with a message on their leg. My cousin know I'm gonna get to him. So her getting to me today, man, just filled my heart with love, love, love. Cuz, thank you. I appreciate you calling me up, serenading me on my birthday. That is what's up. Much love, much love. I appreciate that, cousin. I love you for that. Appreciate you. Damn. So I'm gonna get off this line, get back to this topic, and I love you, cuz, okay? We'll talk soon. You hear me? All right, love you. Man, that Lolo, what's up? What's up, Alex? The great nephew on the line with us. My nephew, ATG, in the building. But yeah, y'all don't get it, man. In my right ear, I just heard my cousin Manya. Mani is what we call her. Her name was my first word, actually. I think I was trying to say money, but I said Mani, because I'm always about that paper. And I'm lying. I ain't really about it. I'm not like that. But Mani was my first word I ever spoke. First word I ever spoke was my cousin's name. You know what I mean? It was actually why, I ain't gonna tell you everything that happened. Some stuff made for the made for TV movie for my biopic. But getting back on topic, you know what I mean? Ooh, that just did something for my spirit right there. See what I mean? Stuff from the heart, genuine stuff from the heart. The truth don't change. The truth don't change. Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, her voice been the truth forever, and it ain't changed. It ain't changed. Cuz in her 50s and still sang like an angel. You dig? So she serenaded me in my right ear. But again, so you got to be open and honest if you're trying to figure out what's going on, trying to decipher between whether you have somebody having if somebody's giving mixed signals, or whether or not whether you reading into the situation all the way wrong. You know what I mean? So, like, again, you don't have to have all the answers at one time. Recapping, for those people that just joined us, I had somebody write in the letter, somebody by the name of In Need of Guidance, asking how do they talk to their friend or their person that they hang out with from quite some time that's doing certain things that are gestures that they looking at that they might think are romantic, but they may think that they being genuine and just caring. So they trying to figure out how to decipher between the two, right? So we talked to them about, pay attention to the context and how often they do these things for them, right? That's very, very, very important. You have to see the frequency. If that friend is going above and beyond and doing different things at different times for you that they wouldn't do for other friends, because again, you watching how they move. You want to watch their movements, because that tells the story. People can say one thing, or people can not say anything at all, leaving it ambiguous for you not to know verbally what they doing. But if you watching they moves, if you paying attention and absorbing and being that listening by watching and listening to their body language, then you can understand more the motive behind their moves. Like, that's one thing people don't get. Like, when you trying to figure out what's the motivation behind the move, all you got to do is watch them. Watch them in situations with other people. Watch them in other situations with you, but from a third eye perspective. You have to remove what feelings you have for them in the situation and look at it from an objective perspective. That's my two words I like to rhyme and put together. Objective perspective. Like, how can I be out of this but watching how to move within this? And by doing that is watching and paying attention to the context and consistency of how they are moving and making these gestures. That's the first step, that I told to In Need of Guidance, right? Like, it might be something that they think is just genuine and caring, but if you look at it deep down inside and you watching the motives, like they remembering your favorite things or playing your favorite songs on, on a post for you, or like, 'cause this digital age, it's all about the post, right? What music they putting with your posts. That make a difference. It make a difference. I didn't realize how much of a difference it make until I started listening to my daughters and, even my wife. She'll tell you, like, why was that song on that? It's weird-ish, right? So the context and consistency of their moves will tell you a little bit more about whether or not they liking you or not, right? But then on the flip side, remember I said, make sure that you don't put too much weight on this side of the Libra scale in the area of, like, don't read too much into every small action, right? You can't just be like, oh, they love me. Oh my goodness, the wait is over here. They are in love with me. It's over. We walk in the aisles. We getting married. Nah, you can't automatically jump and make that conclusion and come to that conclusion, right? You got to look at it like little bit by little bit, because that goes into my third point. Like, if you're not ready to know all the answers right away, ask in portions. Have that conversation with them, but ask in portions. What's up, Nikisha Hicks? Tell Zay, my birthday nephew. I said happy birthday, man. His birthday today too. Zay, happy birthday, nephew. But yeah, you gotta ask in portions, right? You can't just be like, blah, 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 and have your, have your verbal diarrhea if you're not ready for the consequences. If you got splashback coming from that and you're not ready, 21, golly. Make me feel old as hell. If you're not ready to receive all of that answers that they got for you, because sometimes people may answer more honest than you ready for. So make sure you ask in portions, right? Don't just verbally vomit all of that onto them. You got to take it in stride by stride by stride. How can I bite my way through this? Without just saying Cookie Monster and it all, because you may not be ready for that. So that's my one part of advice for you, is make sure you're ready for what you asking for. What you say, Lula, I'm super friendly to everyone, and people, mostly men, have misinterpreted it. I just apologize for their misinterpretation and be clear. Okay, that's just true. And Lula, you are super friendly, but you the homie to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't misinterpreting shit. You know what I mean? You the homie to me, but like I get it. I'm like that. I'm friendly as hell. I'm Mr. Friendly. My brother-in-law told me, you too damn friendly, bro. You couldn't have been around me growing up. That's what he told me. He said, you could have been around me growing up. I probably would have tried to rob you. He told me that bullshit. He said, I'm too friendly. But that's just my nature. And I feel you, Lulu. Sometimes it's your nature. This is true, Aaliyah Janae. Don't ask the questions you're not ready for, that you're not ready for the answers to. You're right. You have to be ready for the answers. You know what I mean? So don't misinterpret my friendly for let's fool around. But at the same time, as the person who's being misinterpreted, I have to look at my moves too. How am I delivering the message that they're receiving? I may be wanting to deliver the friendship message. They may be looking at it like, oh, he really care about me. So, to my person, my listener in need of guidance, to you, I say, how are you moving within these actions? Let's go back to your letter. Your letter says, like, I can't tell if these gestures are signals of something more or if it's just misinterpreting genuine kindness as romantic interest. And again, you have to look at, where is your mentality in this? Are you putting more weight in the I hope that they like me too? Or I hope that they like me so I can start liking them? Or are you putting it in the lines of like, what are you doing, homie? What up, Tasha Keys? You know what I mean? So you got to be like, what are you doing, homie? What you say? It's about self-awareness, Nikisha. You're right. It is. You have to be aware of how you're playing a part in the equation. You say if he feels a certain way, he'll see it as like it. Oh yeah, exactly. Especially men. Oh my goodness. See, I don't know if this person in the guidance is a female or a male. I really don't. I wasn't able to find them on social media, so I don't know if they're female or a male. So I don't know, because if it's a dude that's doing these things for you, you know what I mean? You gotta ask the question, like, is he trying to get with me? Because dudes, we different. Ladies, y'all able to be nice and friendly a lot of times, but let my wife explain it. She be like, nope, women that do stuff that's too nice, they not just trying to be nice. I take it as being nice, and I'm nice. And again, exactly, Lulu, just ask. You have to ask these questions, but if you're not ready for all the answers, like Aaliyah Janae said, don't ask the questions you're not ready for the answers to. If you're not ready for all of them, do it in bites. In portions. Again, like I said, a smooth way to ask is, what was your motivation behind that? Like, what made you do that? Talk to the person how you would talk to them, as a friend, but if you want to throw a little flirtation in there to see if that flirtation comes back, ask with a little flirtation in it. Like, What made you make me want to smile? You know, something like that. If you look at it as those and put it in those parameters, like, you know what I mean? Would you say nice for what? Drake even asked. Exactly. Nice for what? What you being nice for? You know, I'm nice. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. Drake nice to everybody. He's Mr. In Love with everybody tell. But you know, you really have to ask these questions, but in bites. Ask in portions. Don't just, you know what I mean? Don't just ask it all at one time, because you send out an essay, you're going to get a dissertation back. It's a possibility, because they may have been waiting to tell you how they feel. And if you're not ready to receive it, you're going to wish you just asked one question, because even that one question can lead to a snowball of a bunch of conversations. All depend on how you deliver the question. Are you throwing the package on the porch, not caring how the message gets there, or are you gently approaching the porch and placing it down with care? Do you give a damn? Do you give a damn, right? That's an important question to ask yourself. Do I care enough about this to even want to know? I forgot to ask that question. Does it make that much of a difference to you? Because apparently I'm thinking, based off your letter, is that you hoping that they like you too, or they like you. What you say, Amber? You throwing it. You don't care how the message get there. And that person that knows you, or that person that's dealing with you, that's your friend, they know that's how you gonna deliver it. So if they are willing to receive that and they willing to say what's up, then they gonna come back at you with the what's up. Is the juice worth the squeeze? That's another question. Is this worth looking into? That's an excellent question, Akeisha. Like, is this worth even looking into to say, like, damn, is this something I think that's in here? So again, you have to ask yourself, how are you involved in the equation? What moves are you making to make this feel as if it's a romantic gesture? What are you saying, you know, that makes you feel like they like you? Are you saying things to them, letting them know you like them? And if so, is this juice worth the squeeze? If I squeeze this juice, is it worth possibly losing this friendship or gaining a relationship? Because it's still going to be a ship. Something got to stay afloat, or something got to crash, something got to sink. Everybody on the boat. We all on the ship. Every connection we make is a ship, right? So is it going to be a sinking friendship? Or is it going to be a thriving and sailing to the sunset relationship? It's all about how you approach it. It's all about how you approach the waters, right? You know, don't just go in if you're not ready. If they choppy, don't just go in like that. You got to be able to say, okay, let me evaluate what's going on. Where am I at in this? What is my part? You know, again, because you don't have to have all the answers at one time. You don't have to. Embrace the uncertainty of it all is one way you can approach it. Take it in. It's like, ooh, again, the what ifs give you tickles in your spine, give you goosebumps, makes your stomach bubble and turn. Sometimes, like, you know, sometimes you want those butterflies. When people give you butterflies, they hold a longer place in your life. You know what I mean? It's the butterfly effect. They've made those wings flicker in your belly. So that's going to always ripple throughout your, you know, eternity in some way. Because you can be with people, they not give you butterflies. You may enjoy being around them, but do they give you butterflies? Is this person giving you butterflies, Mr. or Miss, in seek of guidance, in need of guidance? And if so, that means you like them too, or you like them. And you hope that their gestures are in that same arena, and they're going to reciprocate and come back to you. So again, ask the question. That's what all the listeners and viewers saying. Ask, you know, but the ladies going to want to know. Ask. If you're a female, ask that dude, but ask him in a way that, you know, y'all talk. Don't just sit him down for like, let's define the relationship that we have talk. Nobody ever wants to hear that, because that's a meeting. Who want to go to a meeting? Would you say butterflies or bubble guts? Either way, it's something, right? Either you make me sick or you make me, quiver on the inside. A new child, it feels right. You know? As a teen, I assumed that adult dating would be more direct. Now I see that I was way wrong. You were, hell yeah, we was wrong. Because all of us, when we dating, we ain't nothing but old-ass teenagers. Because the dating phase takes you back to your origin of it. It takes you back to your origin of how dating first started. So even when you go on a date with your person that you've been married to forever, that date makes you feel like it takes you back to the nucleus, to the nexus of dating. So that's when you were younger. So me and my wife would do hood rat things. And what we do by hood rat things is just going through a drive-through and eating the food in the parking lot while we listen to Sirius XM or listen to a podcast on hot7025fm.com, the app. You know, however we do it. But those are take you back to the dating things. You know, you say, I've never dated as an adult. Yes, you did. You just went on a date with your husband. Y'all had date night. It might have been for his birthday, though. Just do a dating thing. Just do a date night. Just do a drive-in. If you got a drive-in near you, Lulu, do the drive-in. Like, do an old school date. Me and my wife went to the movies a couple weeks ago. We went to the movies and actually went and saw the movie The Color Purple. You know what I mean? So date night. Make it a date. Like, really, if you have to, we be trapping. Yeah, we be trapping. We be out there waiting on Big Meech and them to call with the package. But do a date night. It's like sometimes I'll leave and come back and pick her up because I'm picking her up for a date. You know what I mean? Like, even though I got the key to the door, I still want to walk her to the car. We come to the garage even. I'm going to walk her to the car, open the door like we would if we were on a date anyway. We don't have to dress up and dress to the nines, or we can. But if you specifically make it a date night, even this person that's seeking clarity and seeking guidance, if you put it as a date night, open the door for the person or ask them to open the door for you. If that's how y'all identify in the roles that y'all play, make it a date night or ask for it to be sort of a date night. And that'll let you know whether it's butterflies or bubble guts. As Nikisha Hicks said, butterflies or bubble guts. Either way is something. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna get some bars from either me or from my listeners and viewers. I'm gonna holler at the homie. You always gonna get some bars, right? So, so if this is a conundrum that you going through, then look at these things. First, look about the consistency and the context, right? Then you have the conversation, and then you look at how you play a part in it. Then, you talk about it, and you figure out finding ways to say and ask questions to find out whether it's a romantic gesture or if it's just the homie being the homie and they looking out for you. And they just like being around you, or they don't have anybody else to do that for, so they may do it for you. They may not have anybody to be a big sister for, anybody to be a big brother for, or to be a giving person for. So they do it for you. Is it romantic? It might be. They may be like, well, shoot, maybe it ain't my brother or sister cousin. It's my boo thing. Or is it just familial? Is it they want to make sure that you good? So ask these questions. Do that dance together. You feel me? That's one of the ways you get out the conundrum, And remember, like, if you have any questions, anybody got questions, always hit me up. And holla at the homie at gmail.com. That's HOLATTHAHOMIE. And all the people that's going to be with us at our table tonight. Y'all know who you are. Holla at the homie. I'm going to see y'all in a couple hours. But until next week. I appreciate all y'all for coming on here, hollering at the homie. Appreciate all the birthday shout outs. Remember, to my person in need of guidance, that the ball's in your court. You can find a way to deliver that message and get that across in a way where you'll understand exactly how the other person's feeling. So until next time, y'all hit me up either in here. If you got my phone number, text me. Or if you got my email address, hit me there at hollaatthehomie@gmail.com. And as always, I appreciate y'all. And I love all y'all for giving me my birthday shouts out today. Yes, it is my birthday. And I'm a holler at y'all in a minute. Holla at the homie. I say holla at the homie.